Yeah, yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine.
Welcome to episode 4. Today I want to speak about reality versus TV shows. All right, you know that with people that are green and aren't really in the game of investing and whatnot or flipping, TV can make it seem a lot more simple than what it is. There's a lot of steps skipped. There's a lot of gray areas in it. Right. So I know DT got a lot of experience with the flipping. We've been there before, just Jerry. And I mean, that's something we'll talk about as well.
The reason this podcast is just to let you guys know what reality and what's TV show. What you guys see on TV is it's not pretty as reality. So this is a good one. I believe this is a good one. It brings you back to reality and go, hey, that what we saw out in the world and TV world. It took 2-3 minutes to close, 2-3 days to close. That doesn't really happen like that.
One 30-minute show.
Yeah, 1 30-minute show.
So good.
Go ahead, my fault.
No. So it's good. So I want to put the reality to the side for a second. Right. Let's not deal with reality. Let's deal with TV land. You know, in the TV shows. So with that being said, I'll start with a TV show that I watch where it's a husband and a wife. And every time she does something, this guy is up in arms. Why did you paint that? I already picked this. Why did you change that? Why did you build? It's going to cost me. You know, it's just very dramatic. And I understand it's a TV show, right? I mean, I'm not a dummy. People aren't dumb. It is a TV show. But what it does is that it almost gives people the wrong idea, because in some markets, you may need to build custom cabinets, you know, and some you'll never do that, but it doesn't explain the kind of market that they're in, why he's mad, you know, why she shouldn't do that, or why she should do that, and he stays with it anyway at the end of the episode, and she was right. So it's a lot of stuff that they don't really go in depth. It's just, you know, more entertainment.
And what they're going to say, and what they're going to say is, you only got 30 minutes, or you only have an hour to show everything.
Right.
And I'll rebuttal that and say, then be continues, or give it 2-3 episodes. You guys do a 30-minute episode thinking I could do all that in 30 minutes. That's not reality, my man.
Well, here's a gem, right? So if it's a 30-minute episode, don't look at it as educational. Don't take that and think that you can do that, because if you're going to use that as your platform to learn, or to think that you can do it, it's probably the wrong platform, right? So I mean that's what I would say, and that's me watching shows. I don't want to name all the shows in the program, but that's the show that really stands out to me the most, where, you know, it's just very dramatic and it's not really teaching real estate or flipping. You know, it's just more of an entertainment thing, and they get through it. They sell all the time. Never, you know, everything ends up perfectly, and, you know, they package it up, put a bow on it, and they're on to the next episode, right? I mean, DT, do you watch any shows like that where it's just far-fetched from reality?
On TV, I don't think there's a lot of shows that are far-fetched from reality. But to your point, the show you're talking about, I was actually in their town last week. I just came back from there last week, and I saw their office. I saw the sign and all that, because I watched.
You know exactly.
I know the show. And that market, you know, has had its ups.
They definitely flagging us. They definitely gonna flag us.
Nah,
yeah, we've mentioned nobody. We're good.
I know. I'm just saying that. These guys know who I'm talking about. Yeah, these guys.
And we're not talking like they're not good and we're better. No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're just saying
it's just for TV is TV.
At the end of the day, they're gonna know who we are, right? Our conversation, people are gonna recognize us. Our models, our posts, they're gonna understand who we are. Like, just like we know who they are. It is what it is. So yeah, I was just in their city. I went by their headquarters, saw it, whatever, just because I wanted to be there because I'm in the same field. But to your point, I don't see on TV or people who post, let me say on TV, like stuff that's not reality. If you're going to get on TV, you got to have some type of like base. You have to have some type of validity. You might not be 100% true. You might be selling some fluff. You might be, lifting these numbers up, blowing them up a little bit. You might be selling a dream a little bit here and there, exaggerating. But at the end of the day, you got to have some type of substance because TV won't invest in you unless you have that to a certain extent, right? But, with that said, flipping, I have a lot of experience with that, so I want to make sure I answer your question. Have I had experience with that? Like people lying and making up stories? To a certain extent, exaggerate.
Not so much. That's not my question. More like you watch TV, and you're like, oh man, they missed so much on this. It's not really. It sounds good, but that's not really the reality of it. Yes.
I've seen that. I've definitely and on probably 90% of shows they don't give you 100% truth, right? So on whatever you watch on TV, it's not 100% truth because number one, market is everything. The market that they're in is their truth. The market that you're going to be in or that I'm in, or it's going to be our truth. Taxes, contractors, property values, mortgage, like everything is different. You know what I mean? They're telling you their numbers in their market. So market is very important, as we talked about in our other podcast, episodes. So please refer back to that. But, to your point, do they say things that are intriguing? 1,000%. Is there truth to it? Yeah. Does it apply to you? It depends on your market.
Right. I guess I would say is that, and I'm not trying to be devil's advocate here, is that when I watch, I don't think they get into the intricacies of it. So you could get the wrong idea and go, oh wow, it's not bad. I could do that. Right. And really, when you actually get into it, you go, "Oh man, I didn't know."
They never tell you. They never tell you the bad. They never tell you. They don't ever tell you three things. Three things is they never tell you what's going bad in the deal. They never tell you, "Hey, I had to spend extra money because this didn't work out." They never say I had to spend money. They give you a budget, and everything falls in that budget all the time.
I disagree.
And then you've seen them do anything different?
Yeah. I've seen a few times where they're like, "Oh man, an extra $2,000." Now, not to say that it's not the drama show, and it's for TV where all of a sudden now they got to come up with $2,000, like as if it wasn't in the budget already,
right?
And they played it for TV, but they have done that. I think what you're saying is they knew that beforehand.
Right.
Correct.
It's not a surprise.
That's what I'm using. Them. Yeah, that's what I'm using. That's what I'm using. I'm using when we in reality, you never know an extra 2,000. They hit you with 2,000, then another 4,000, another 6,000, and you weren't ready for that.
Right.
Because you're walking in green, or you walking in because even if you're seasoned, you put aside certain amount of money thinking, hey, I know they're gonna come back and give me a $2,000 bill, or they're gonna come back and give me a $4,000 bill. You could prepare for that, but what happens when it's an $8,000 bill?
Yeah,
we're not laughing anymore.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That the reality of real estate and reality and TV show is they are so happy to give you 8,000. Oh, don't worry about it. I gave you 8,000. You can have it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I knew scrambling.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew you was going to come back at 8,000. And you didn't know.
I think that's an amazing point, right? So to the question I think right now is, when you watch those shows, do you appreciate the show or do you, kind of dissect it and like say why this is not like real or whatever the case may be? What's Lance? What's your perspective, Lance?
I'm always watching this.
An opinion, Jerry.
I'm always watching the shows.
I want Lance because I know Lance is like, Jerry speaks the red words in the Bible. Lance has an amazing opinion, and I feel like I'm like in between both. And I'm not saying that we designed this way; it just naturally happened that. But I want to hear what you got to say, Lance.
Yeah. I'm watching it for sure. Always. I mean, this is why I know the shows, right? And how can I know the shows if I'm not watching it?
You follow them. You watch them.
I follow them. I watch them. I'm like, oh, what kind of design are they going to do here? I can't wait to see what they do with this house. I mean, because listen, some of this stuff looks beautiful.
Right. The design is amazing.
I'm like,
that's a big reason why I follow. But go ahead. I'm sorry. No
worries. And I'm like, my gosh, man. I'm like, this is what they did to that house and what it looked like before.
Right.
Is unbelievable. Yeah, and that's another thing too. I mean, if you want to start in investing and flipping and stuff like that, I mean, your team may not be up to par like you see on those programs.
Right.
They have the best of the best. They're not hiring people on those programs that are mediocre or just starting, or don't have a reputation. Those people are the best of the best. So those finishes that you see and those designs and those blueprints, I mean, they're well thought out, and they're by people that are seasoned and the best at what they do.
True.
Well, for me,
yes, Jerry.
For me,
preach.
The red words in the Bible. Remember, I said this, guys, before he talks. The red words in the Bible. Go ahead.
Now I'm scared to talk now, man.
No matter what.
But to be honest, when I watch those shows, I do two things. One, I love real estate, so I like to watch stuff. I like to hear stuff, but I definitely dissect it and go, nah, that doesn't work. It didn't go that pretty. Nah, it took you 2 months to do that. That didn't work that in a week. It doesn't matter what you said. I watched that, and me and my wife. That's what I say. Hey, baby, that's not what happened. This is what happened, and it's just me. I just can't. I can't do the fluff. I'm not doing the fluff.
It's just Jerry.
It's just Jerry. I just can't do the fluff. I need, because when the fluff comes around, you're only trying to sell. You're not trying to teach. You're not trying to teach. You're not trying to walk somebody along. You're just trying to sell. And
you know what? I like that. I don't mean to cut you off, but let me ask you this, just Jerry. You think the objective is to teach or is it to entertain? I mean,
TV is entertaining. So you're absolutely right.
You got to teach. Absolutely right. Your objective is to entertain.
Agreed.
And that's what detaches it from reality.
I'm not mad at that though. Like once you get a TV deal, if that's what you're into, I'm not mad at that.
H.G.R.G. We looking for teeth now. I'm
not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. If you get a TV deal and your objective is to, entertain, I'm not mad at that.
Is that H.G.R.G? Didn't they say weren't they talking crazy about TV?
Absolutely. They're pick us up for different reasons. I'll tell you that.
They'll pick us up because they have to, not because they want to.
That's right. Talk about it.
So
go ahead, my
I'm going to ask you a question. That's why I'm kind of cutting you off, and I apologize. But just Jerry, the reason why you don't want to be, or you want to get through the fluff and that doesn't entertain you really like that is because I know personally that with one of your flips, you've been through it. Yeah, and you realize that it's really not that easy. There's a lot more to it. Even after it's done, it's not done. Right. So give us the reason, or give us that experience that made you go, man, this is just not 1, 2, 3.
So to your point, Lance, we had some deals that went south very fast. One being I can remember this deal like yesterday, man. So we bought a property for. I'm gonna give you real reality, real raw numbers.
I don't even want the number, but just give me the experience really quick.
All right. So
you're watching TV, seeing their experience, and then what is your experience?
So we bought a property. The contractor said we could do it in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks, we could be rehab, put some lipstick across the house, make it look good, make it look amazing. First week we had a problem. Second week, he removed some boilers, and he's seen some cracks here, cracks there. We're piping, so that's another 2 weeks.
When you say first week you had a problem, what was that problem monetary value?
He didn't have enough manpower. He said that he could do the rehab. He has the manpower on deck.
Yeah.
And when we gave him the deal, hey, this is yours. Man, listen, I don't have the manpower. We're gonna have to start on this date.
So you had a contract issue
because they were doing another job somewhere else as well.
Yeah.
So I guess our job came second to whatever job they were on,
or third, fourth, fifth.
It is what it is.
Right.
Then second week, he gave me another problem. By the end of the whole flip,
by the end of the 9 months,
correct. We was 3 down. Nah, he's joking.
Listen, I'm
3 months down.
My God, I was about to lose my wig.
Yeah, after 3 months down, we invested so much time, so much money. We couldn't walk away from this contractor.
You're stuck. You're married to him.
So that's a big deal to me, because when we say fire the guy now at this moment of time, I can't.
Have you ever seen the TV show that showed you that reality?
That's what I keep on saying. I'm in the living room watching the shows. Like, no, that doesn't happen like that.
I've never seen somebody with the hammer and then they walk in and they go, "Listen, get out." "Oh, you want me to get out? You want me to leave? All right, perfect." Right. You know, I mean, you don't see that. Yeah. So what you see is,
and I think that sells though. That would sell on TV if that was the reality. That would sell.
I think on TV you get the threat.
Always show they're prosperous. They want to show, prosperous. They want to show money.
Prosperity.
I'm good. I have money. I will never lose. I'm a millionaire. I'm this. I'm that. I'm this. TV show wise, right? So they don't want to show that. They don't want to show the contractor banging a hammer and they say, "Hey, you're fired, bro. Like, get you up out of here."
Yeah, it's reality though. It's real. Those conversations happen, and I don't want to say that I couldn't have fired him. It's just that he was already $20,000 in. I'm not spending $20,000 with this person and then firing this person to spend whatever money I'm spending again on somebody else. I can't do that. Exactly. So it made sense to stay with him. And then it didn't make sense to stay with him. If you get what I'm saying,
that means you're stuck.
Long in small words. Yeah. Yes, I'm stuck.
And as far as the TV shows go, I do want to say this. I mean, it may have happened before. I don't watch every episode. I know you guys don't watch every episode. It may have happened, but I could bet my bottom dollar that there's another contractor in there the next day. Like as if it's that easy to go.
What you're saying is the truth, though. That's exactly what happened. I've seen TV shows where they had to fire and hire, and the next day they're like, "Oh, the contractor, I don't know if I'm gonna make my deal," and then all of a sudden, miraculously, the next day, back on track.
Just to keep it reality,
back on track.
If you fire this contractor, and he let's say his number was 15,000, and you hire another contract, just know it won't be it. It may not be 15,000.
Not be tomorrow's price.
Correct. Talk about it.
That's right.
So just know that, hey, you could talk about firing, absolutely.
Right.
But just know you might have to spend another 5,000 just because it's a rush job, or
I come from the contractor background.
Correct. Speak that talk, Mr. DT.
Yeah, there's no way that if you got a job quoted for you, for, let's just say $1,000. No big money, small money. There's no way I'm going to come back and fix your $1,000 quote for $1,000. I'm going to give you
more.
Yeah, it's got to be more, because he quoted you 1,000. and he messed the job up. Now I got to come back and fix it and do better. You got to understand there's going to be more.
And I'm sorry that you're a contractor and you come from that. It might not be that he has to fix anything, but in his mind, he has to fix something. So he's going to charge you more.
Even if you don't got to fix nothing, you got to go for everything.
Correct.
Now you guarantee the job. If he replaced 2 electrical outlets, you got to go through those outlets and make sure, they're safe.
Absolutely. Electrical would burn your house down, brother. So
they knocked their wall down. It was a wall here, a door here. Now they made an open concept, and they didn't finish the job. Now you're hired for the job. You're fixing somebody else's mess up. I got to check structure. I got to make sure that
you got to put another beam there. Absolutely.
Structurally is sound. It's a lot to it.
Absolutely, it is. But just know that you can fire. But the reality is, you might be paying more.
Yeah.
And if you're a first home buyer or you're a first investor, it costs you, and you may not have that money to do it.
And that's kind of what if before we close, I want to get into that a little bit, if I could. Contractor perspective. When you hire
the company that you work for, right?
Work for? Mm-hmm. I didn't know I worked for somebody.
Yeah, he runs.
Oh, sorry, you run.
My bad.
Talk that shit.
So yeah, no. Hey man.
Hey man.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. If somebody hires my company to do a job for them, and there's remodeling, structure, damages, whatever, like TV, right? TV. You buy a house for $100,000. They do a rehab mortgage, and there's another 80, 90 grand, which is a conversation we haven't even touched on.
We'll get to it for sure.
The reality, right? Because TV shows, a lot of them are projected on, you buy a house for $100,000, they'll give you $80,000 to fix the house. They're not giving you nothing. You bought the house at a price that the house is worth, but the ARV, after repair value, will be worth $200,000. So they give you a construction mortgage on that property because the location allows that property to be worth that much.
Right.
Square footage, all that good stuff goes into it. But it's a lot into it. We didn't really dissect that, nor should we, because this is a lot of information in one episode. But go back to the story. If you buy a property for the easy numbers, 100,000, and there's equity. If you put money into the property, it could be worth 250. You bought it in terrible shape. You have to rehab it, whatever. You put, let's say, $60,000 into the property. You bought it for 100. You put 60 into it. After repair value is 250. So you paid
90,000 in equity.
You put 60. After repair value is 250. You have $90,000 in equity. On TV, they will show that quickly. That's a 30-minute episode. Reality is that's like a 90 to 4 month thing. A 90-day to a 4 or 5 month process.
Somehow, some way on TV, they get it done, in a month, 30 days, 30 to 45 days, the whole process. Get the whole rehab done. They get it sold on the market, get it sold. I mean, all within 30, 45. And sometimes that's not the reality, and most of the time it's not the reality, because the rehab, for the most part, unless you're just putting lipstick on it.
That's what I was going to say. The details are why is because, my bad, Lance, to cut you off.
No worries. Go ahead.
Details on why. So on that scale, because you can go $1 million houses you can go, 200,000, whatever. Long story short, when you get into like 150 plus, your custom cabinetry. Custom cabinetry takes sometimes 60 to 180 days to get one cabinet delivered to you. And it might be the wrong cabinet.
That's what I was saying. There's a lot of things that goes wrong.
Whole kitchen. If right now I order one custom kitchen cabinetry, $20,000 to $40,000 in cabinetry, right? One of them. The chances of me getting the entire $20,000 to $40,000 kitchen with all the cabinets being accurate with color, no blemishes, right sizes. If I order 3 drawers instead of 1 drawer in the door, soft close as opposed to just regular, like the chances of me getting my order in correctly on a $40,000 or $30,000 order are probably like 60%, 56%.
Really?
On TV, it's 100%.
Wow. I didn't even. I'll be honest. I didn't even know that it's a coin flip.
No, bro, I'm
gonna be perfect.
And I'm giving them praises. If I say 60%, I'm only giving them 40% failure. Right now, it's probably 70% failure, 30% success since Corona.
Allegedly.
No facts. Since Corona.
Right.
Yeah. So the new
kitchen. I got a $5,000 kitchen right now that was supposed to be delivered in 2 weeks, 7 weeks ago.
Yeah, new thing.
That's the temperature.
But yeah, correct. What was the new conversation now? Because of COVID, we're running late, or we don't have manpower, or we don't. Yeah, so you kind of know the temperature as well. We deal with it 100% on a daily basis.
Yep. To get anything fixed now takes. I mean, everything now.
Yeah, everything. That's the new norm.
If custom cabinets took, 40, it's 90 days to 180 days, I would lean on that 180 days right now. I mean, that's just what it is.
Right. Cause
what it is right now.
Reality. Even like simple stuff like hot water tanks. What pre-corona was $350 is now $500-$600. Just the tank.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. This is the new temperature, and two things correct itself. This is what you're gonna have to deal with. And we're not, and to be fair, we're not saying that TV shows are in the middle of COVID going, I got it in 5 days. I mean, I haven't really been watching it, during COVID, believe it or not. But I don't think that they're saying, hey, we found a loophole,
it's pre-recorded anyway.
So but like you're saying, there's a lot of things, guys. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're doing out there. I mean, or what market you're in. Things can go wrong when you're flipping. You watch a TV, things can go wrong with design. Things can go wrong when you're working, and no hit to you, DT, but with contractors, things can go wrong.
You saying things can go, and I want to challenge that and go.
You want to say things
going to? Yes, correct.
Things will go wrong.
Go wrong. Right. And anything it could be a first home buyer, it could be a investor, it could be a flip, it could be a wholesale, it could be a contractor doing his job, it could be a buyer, it could be a seller. It does not matter.
The Bible
does not matter. It's going to if you could sustain the hit, you're golden.
Right.
But then if you can't, now you're struggling to get to that account or that money or that payment. That's a big problem.
You may not struggle. You may not struggle. You may not struggle. There may be somebody.
Well, you may.
Yeah, you may.
Everyone's different.
Yeah, you may or may not. Right? You may or may not. Everybody's different. 1,000%. Truth be told, some things are out of your control. Like, you may not be able to control every aspect of your investment. You may not be to control every portion of, management, rent collections, evictions, attorneys, realtor. You can't control. You could try, but truth be told, you're really not truthfully able to like manipulate everything your way.
Right. But to stay on subject with the reality and TV shows,
yeah,
right. It seems like a controlled environment. You know, with reality, it's not so much of a controlled environment. Yeah. And what you're saying is you can't really control everything.
Absolutely. You're right.
Especially when you're new.
Yeah.
Because you've never seen it before, right? If you're seasoned, you can kind of sometimes take the hits and you kind of know, but hold on, something's wrong here.
Right.
You know, I've done this.
I've done this too much. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
And you can nip it in the butt quicker. If you're newer, you might not even notice it until it's too late.
And you're going with the flow if you're newer. You're going with the flow. Like he said this. Well, we're waiting on this.
Right.
Where a seasoned person is, he said this. Well, that doesn't take that long.
Yep.
Right.
So
it's what you do is as a newer, I guess flipper, you know, because there's a lot of flip shows on it. You're taking direction from the contractor, right? When you've been doing it for a while, you're giving direction to the contractor. Yeah. Hey man, listen, this is that's $2,000.
Yeah, or susceptible.
Say it again.
Or susceptible.
Yeah, when you're newer.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
Correct.
So and that's what I mean with the reality versus TV shows is that it's not really in your control as much as you think it is, or as much as it may seem watching a TV show.
Yeah, much as they sell.
As much as they sell, but it's entertainment.
Yeah,
you know? Agreed. It is entertainment. You really. That's the conversation. You get if you give me entertainment, then that's what it is. But if it's to show you somewhat of what we do as a reality investor, it doesn't do nothing for me, to be honest.
Speaking of entertainment, hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll entertain you. hit that.
Realistic,
smash that button.
You know, we know. Let's not disregard that though. Like eventually, if we can turn this what we do into a TV show, you know, we would give you that different, realistic perspective of not selling you, you know, buying a $4 or $5 million house, not buying a $400,000, $300,000, and my closing costs are $1,300, $1,400. That's not real. That's not like.
Well, if that ever did happen, we would be the Dave Chappelle's, you know, because we're not going to compromise what we do. We're fine where we're at. You know, we don't need. You know, we'll walk away from the money.
Yeah,
maybe we'll walk away from the money.
Doing this. No, you're not. You're joking, but you're serious though.
Right.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. To be honest,
we have no interest in selling you a lie.
Yeah,
because
the truth, the real truth, like the truth beyond truth. Like I want to show you my actual invoice truth, not like, hey, I bought it for 30, sold it for 40, I made 8. No, I made really 65.
I rather walk the walk, man. I rather really show you, like DT just said. I rather show you the invoice.
Yeah.
Instead of the check that I just got.
Yeah.
I'd rather show you the invoice because it looks good. I made 80,000 this week, but to be honest, I spent 70. So I really only made 10,000. But to you guys, I'm making so much money. I'd rather walk the walk, man. I'd rather walk the walk.
I'm laughing because we seem so ass backwards, right? Because when we are showing L's, here, let me show you. But that was our when we sat down, and we spoke about this. Right. We were okay with that because we're exposing ourselves, right? This is what we know,
Lance.
You know, this is what we know. This is what we've been through. Hey, listen, we don't always win. We don't always win. This dude's laughing and telling jokes about real money that we've lost.
And when we speak, and I speak, and I talk to mentees, and I speak to family members, and I say I lost 30,000, I lost 40. It hurts me to say it, but that's the reality. When you say it to them, they go, "What? No, I can never." But hold on, because I lost 40,000. I'm up 70. let's not talk about the numbers, because if we talk about the numbers, the goal is there and the number is there.
Right.
But
I also got X amount of properties.
Correct. I get that money back.
You gotta fall back.
Don't think I lost 40 and I'm not getting the money back. We are here to tell you the transparency, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all it comes down to it. I don't want you to feel that, hey, not everybody can lose 40,000. I'm not trying to tell you that. I'm just telling you reality is I lost that. Reality. And in TV shows, they never kind of tell you, hey, you could lose 40,000.
Yeah.
I don't want to scare you. I don't want to scare you and tell you, hey, this is not where the money's at. I'm telling you, this is the money's at, and I'm okay losing 40,000 because I got to keep pushing to get to the goal. I'm at that goal though.
Right.
I got a different spin, but I want to hear Lance though.
Yeah, and that came after building the foundation.
Yeah.
So truly, he could. It sucks, but he could afford to build it because he knew how to maneuver in real estate where the money would come back.
Where he can absorb that.
Where he can absorb it. He knows the money's coming back, and he's going to be okay. And that's kind of what we want to teach people is, listen, build the foundation. And this is how we did it. You know, we love our rental properties. You know, you love your single families. We love our multi-family houses. We have single families as well, and you have multi-families as well, but we favor, you know, one over the other. And we buy differently, but sometimes we buy together. I mean, this, and we want people to take that walk with us. You know, we want people to take that walk with us. This is not a TV show on a network. This is our stories. We're real people.
Full circle.
It's full circle. You know, and we're all real people, and this is what we do. Yeah. And if you got 20, 30,000, 40,000, and you don't know what to do with it, watch this information. You know, ask questions. We're going to read comments. You know, we have a lot of plans, you know, for our audience and for our followers, you know, for the H.G.R.G family. But right now we know that let's walk people through and let's talk to them. Let's share our stories. Let's introduce us to the world and learn and take from this and take from us.
100%.
Period.
Yep. 100%. I agree. 1,000%. You know, guys hit it right, the nail right on the donkey's tail. 100%. Another thing I want to share is that we have everything you need. You know, Jerry said, you know, he lost 40,000 on a deal, whatever that looks like, you know, some way, somehow. You know, just because you don't have 40,000 to lose doesn't mean you can't relate to him. He's sharing that story because he's telling you that he came from a place where he didn't have anything to lose, but he got to a point where he lost 40,000 and still kept pushing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Preach that again, man. Say that again, my man. It's not even a joke.
No, this is real life. And I feel like why I say that is because the difference between television and real life, right? Television won't tell you I lost 40,000 and how do I get it back? Or, you know, I sustain that. Television always is positive. Every episode you watch, they paid $500. They sold it for $1,000. They paid $250 in closing. They made $250. That's television. Real life, sometimes that doesn't work like that. It don't work like that sometimes. Sometimes you pay this, you pay this, you pay that, and you break even. Sometimes you pay this, you pay that, and you make $1,000, but you spent $100,000. If you make
all that time,
sometimes you pay
that time. You only get $1,000. You didn't really win.
Sometimes you paid all that money and you lost, and you're in a negative.
That's true too. That's very true too. So how you view it, you know, that's a whole nother podcast. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that, you know, reality is that there's a million ways to experience real estate. A million ways.
And DT, within the million ways that you can experience real estate, the number one thing, and I think you guys know what I'm going to say, is that the best part of this, or the most important part of this in winning, is having a proper team.
1,000%.
you have the proper team, man, you're gonna win. You're gonna win more than you lose.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. You know, we went in there without the proper team, and that's the real reality.
Absolutely.
The reality of it is that we didn't have the proper team. So we had to pay to learn that we didn't have the proper team. What we want to do is
get to that, but I think you did it better than I could.
Oh man, listen, what do you want me to do? Is this another one? Is this another one, guys?
So you know.
Is this another one?
You did that. You did that.
But listen, and that's I kind of want to wrap it up because I don't want to beat a dead horse. I mean, the reality and you know, a TV show, there's intricacies that they don't speak about in the reality show. It's very gray, and I get it. It's entertainment,
right?
Entertainment. But listen, always do your research. Have a proper team. You know, find that proper team, and go out there and go get your goals, man. You know, go get your buy and holds, go get your flips, but just have the proper team around you, and that's kind of the reality of it. You guys want to add anything else to it before we go?
What I would say is, reality is reality, and TV shows is TV shows. TV shows is going to show you the goods and the goods and the goods and the goods, and reality is not always good. It's not always great. But if you put your boots on the ground and you keep running, you would definitely get to the goal when you need to get to. So I would say, hey, listen, real estate is always going to be my goal. It's always going to be my savior, and I'm not going nowhere from real estate. So even though I talk all this negative and the red words, real estate is where I'm going to stay, and I'm going to put
the red words in the Bible,
where I'm going to put my tree, and it's going to flourish. So real estate is always for me.
I agree. Salute 100%. What I would also add to that, if I could, is, you know, you're going to miss 100% of this. You're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you don't shoot your shot in real estate, you'll never win. If you don't shoot your shot in any business, in any venture in life, you'll never make it. You didn't shoot your shot. So what I would say is shoot your shot. Real estate is the way. Ask me, can I do it all over again? How would I do it? Simply real estate. 1,000%. I would invest all of me, more than I could now, than I could then. Everything in real estate. That would be my advice.
So DT, are you saying real estate?
I think so.
Okay, we're saying real estate. Listen, guys, I appreciate you. You know, another great episode. I hope you guys listen. Thank you, H.G.R.G family. And DT Just Jerry, we're out of here.
Yeah. What they say? I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines.